The beats, the flow, the rhythm. All movement starts from the streets. Streets A&R Podcast. Happy birthday, Nip, man.
Right.
Happy birthday, Nip. Shout out to the
king.
whole family, man. Got his Walk of Fame star today. That's big things, man. Big things. Lord, I wish. We gonna leave it at that. Lord, I wish. But he did his job. Doing his job. Yes, sir. Another day.
Man.
Another day.
Man.
Feeling good. Feeling good. My voice cracking. I forgot I'm supposed to go get some water. I can actually drink some now. It's past that time. Another day. Brother Johnny.
Yes, sir.
How you feeling, man?
Man, I don't know. It's like a pattern. It's like almost every Monday I'm either not feeling the best, tired, got a headache or something, but we over here. We working, man.
Yeah.
For it.
Yes, sir, man. Just missing the weekend. That weekend energy.
Man. But you know, I don't be doing nothing on the weekend.
No, it's just the energy of it the week's end.
Mm-hmm.
I think so. You know, it's the week's end. So you feel more upbeat. Knowing at the beginning you got to start over again.
Man.
And sometimes, you know, we trying to get to a position where ain't no such thing as a weekend.
Oh.
Man.
Every day's a good, hey, it's whatever. That's when you
what
get.
time is it?
Yeah.
What time is it?
Yeah. That's when you own your day. You own your time. You can make your moves, and no day means more than the other. That's when you know you balling. That's what we working towards.
Right.
Well, yeah, man. Welcome to the Streets A&R Podcast, man. We are in the building. We got my brother Montreal back there.
Mm-hmm.
We got the young guy back there on the board.
Mm-hmm.
And I ain't gonna lie today, man. It's a little gloomy outside, but it's a whole lot of shining in here. The fella's a little perked up today. Yeah. We feeling good, man. So, you know, we going to get to it today, man. We definitely have a special guest in the house. This is somebody today. Don't get shell shocked, you guys. But it's okay if you do. That's part of her job. Someone who is a pioneer in her field, especially in the city of Omaha and the state of Nebraska, in modeling. Has done curation, is a curator of events, whether that's putting on musical productions and also fashion shows in and around the city. And somebody that you probably seen on a car commercial. Yeah, I remember. I'm like, hey, that's the homie. But just an overall bright spot, bright personality, always smiling, always good energy, always pushing through. None other than my girl, Raine. She brought the rain today, too. It's actually raining outside.
I was going to say, he was talking about the weather. Hey, but we need it all, you know. What, didn't you start with cycles? Or who said something about cycles?
Yeah, just cycling through the week, but cycling through the...
Yeah, so you need it all. You can't just have straight sunshine every single day.
Right, it burns everything out.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we definitely appreciate
necessary.
you coming. We definitely appreciate you coming today. So just...
Thanks for having me.
Yep, so... Real quick, for those who don't know you, just give them your own introduction of who you are, what you do, like what do you offer to the world?
What do I offer to the world? Okay. That's no small one. Thank you.
we don't do small things here.
That's okay.
Big things.
I don't either. So you already introduced me pretty well. Thank you so much. Raine. I am a professional model, all-around artist. If you just cut right to the chase, what I do for the world, I offer like my essence, essentially. And that has turned into my gifts and what I could do and be and offer as an entrepreneur. So I like manage myself as a model. I've been doing that for like about 14 years now. Like you said, I do like arts, curation, events, things like that. That's Raine's Production. I've been doing that since I left the Love Jazz Art Center, where I was the creative director there. So I got a lot of experience like in the like music and arts realm. I have I manage my own juice company, Raine's Magic the Detox. That organically started because I was on the radio with the Love Jazz Art Center and the Malcolm X Center. Combined collaboration there to bring a radio station, and I ended up, having the chance to have a platform. So I would like talk to the community, like-minded people about detoxing, essentially. Like, what you guys are doing, like, what do you do? What are you doing for the world to, like, let's have a conversation about that. How are you detoxing yourself and using your powers and your gifts to detox the community as well? So, yeah, right now I am working with a number of, like, artists. I also work with a few like companies that are essentially like business partners. One of them being like Vado Films and Vado Films Cameroon. There's a team that we have in Africa, which is pretty cool. Everybody that we work with there is about 20 to 25 years old. So we're working with like young cats like internationally, like showing them the game and everything. I also have a few folks that I work with here, or I think I already said that, a few artists that I'm working with here. Starting up some workshops, and then in a few weeks here, I wish I was like better with dates, but like in a few weeks here, I'll be like emceeing and hosting the Phenomenal Women's Conference. So that's coming together with a group of women in the metro area, putting on a conference for all the phenomenal women out there. If you actually like connect with me and stuff, you're actually able to nominate a phenomenal woman that you know or young lady coming up. So yeah, I do things like that. Oh yeah, and then I have a collaboration with Top Flight Fitness. Well, not like really a collaboration, but I'm able to offer my juices and my wellness shots like to the gym guests there, and then also I'm working with a chiropractor to get it into his firm too. So
okay,
here, there, and
seeds everywhere.
yeah, but I water them.
Gotcha.
I water them.
Yeah. So she just gave the whole pod. Appreciate y'all coming, and you know everything that she doing. Nah, I wanna. You gave a.
Sorry, did I?
No, that's good. So now we actually have somewhere to go with all of our conversation. I want to talk about first just the detox, and when you talk about what you were doing with the radio station and teaching people how to detox, we understand. Well, one, give a tidbit on the body detox process, and then also give a tidbit on outside of what you consume. How do you help detox your life? What's a piece of advice for detoxing your life?
Ooh, that's a lot. First off, again, when I started Raine's Magic the Detox, it was a platform that was available for me. Like, I helped to start, like the radio station, but it's like, okay, well, I got a chance to be on the radio. Like, what can I talk about? And like I said, that kind of organically happened, like, through what I was doing in life. Like, I had always been gardening, and as a professional model, I've always been, like, kind of, have been mindful of, like, my shape. At the same time, like, being healthy about it and mindful about it. Not like, oh, I need to be as skinny as I need to be, but, like, mixing that with my health and wellness, too. Because I'm going to be whatever shape I'm going to be. Like, that's just what my body's coded to do, what it does. But let's keep up with it in a healthy manner. You know what I'm saying? And then my grandma's always been, like, one. Matter of fact, that's where, like, the Raine comes from, like, Lorraine. She actually just turned 102. So she knows a lot about, that stuff. So I just, like, grew up and essentially, like, I just knew those things. And people were naturally, like, interested in them, like, learning it from me. but at the same time I was learning myself, so it was like such a good energy, you know. So again, I just was like, well, let me make this platform about having rooted conversations in that, not just like eating, but like what do you do, like just like what you just asked me, like what does that mean to you, and how can you share that with others and organically grow that and continue to grow from, you know, your roots and everything like that. But at the same time, like, what do you need to get rid of? What do you need to do to like help enhance that? So we're like, I can come in with like my juices, and those conversations is as for the mind and essentially the body as well. So making those things all work together, but also like learning from other like-minded individuals, for like what you could take in to enhance yourself, basically make yourself like shine brighter, because we all have a natural instinct no matter what. Like when we get a little dull, like what's going on, we might not know how to like fix it 100%, but we could dig somewhere to figure out how to start addressing or fixing whatever it is. So yeah, like I think when I approach like a detox, I'm thinking on like a more vaster level than some people. As I that's just my take on it. That's just kind of how I feel after like approaching everything and getting into everything. I'm like, dang, I'm kind of talking about something different here.
Or more than just a product with you.
Yeah.
More than just a product. So you talking about detoxification of people's lives. So it may, you know, a lot of things start in our gut, but even that, clearing out your mind so you can even trust your gut, trust your intuition and things of that nature. So, but yeah, that's very much needed. I'm pretty sure you know some of the stats on some of our health issues, and especially in our community.
Oh yeah.
I know we harp on the women, but the men ain't far behind on a lot of this stuff.
Yeah.
And especially when it comes to heart disease, we lead the pack on that one. Heart disease and early detection, colon cancers, and all that kind of stuff. So
yeah, it's
definitely needed to clear out.
And prostate.
Yeah, prostate cancer. Yeah. So just clearing out ourselves and also de-stressing when we can, what we can.
And that's like a major one too, the de-stress, because that tension, that pattern, that vibration, it like locks in, it helps lock in things that need to detox and be eliminated. But that stress like locks it in. Well, essentially it's locking everything in because it's trying to stop the show and tense up, you know, so.
Yeah, even in the scientific levels, it causes elevated levels of cortisol that are constant, and that is destructive to your body and your arteries when that cortisol is present. So very much needed, man. It's not for play. You said something interesting about working with Vado and artists. So what exactly, and you said like Cameroon as well, correct?
Yeah.
So what are y'all doing particularly? Are y'all like doing like, is it like what type of artists? So is it like photographers? Are we talking videographers? Are we talking musical artists? What are we talking about with that whole project?
Well, when I said working with artists, that was Raine Productions more so. When I work with Vado Films and Vado Films Cameroon, I am managing essentially like the creative projects. So there's a couple documentaries that we're trying to get started. Well, there's a documentary that we're trying to get started, but there's a documentary that's already been shot. And we're just going through the process of like film festivals, funding, things like that. So that's one of the projects. And then I already mentioned I essentially manage my juice company. And then we have different clients that we work with. Like we just worked with William King out in Macy, Nebraska. He put a few internet towers there to make the internet stronger, and also get them some cellular data there. And by the way, I learned so much about Macy, Nebraska when I went. But anyways, we just kind of captured that story. Went from the drone level of all the towers to creatively tell that story visually, you know what I'm saying? Also shot like some of the land. He shot by the convenience store there, which is the only store there, which is freaking crazy. But that's a project that we are working on. And then we just worked with a medical and beauty brand. She shot a commercial with us. So we did a campaign there. And then we designed like her storefront and, you know, things like that. Her door decals, all those cool marketing things. Well, to me, they're cool. But all those catchy, cool marketing things to go along with her campaign to launch, essentially. And then there's a couple other ones that we're trying to lock in. I can't really talk about them because they're not officially locked in yet. And then there's a couple artists that we're working with. So, yeah. Oh, yeah, and then I essentially, like, manage them to make sure all that gets done.
Gotcha.
So,
not a project management.
Yes.
Cool.
Yeah.
That, hey.
And they all speak English. Thank God.
Yeah.
That's something about us. Like, we don't speak on other languages. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I would not be able to work with them if they didn't speak English.
What's their predominant language?
French. And well, they speak 3 languages. They speak English, French, and their native dialect, which I forget the name of it. But
Man, that's what's up, man.
Yeah. So my WhatsApp is always pinging with those things.
At least you got productive things on your WhatsApp. Man, to be like, oh, cousin, I saw that backpack. No, man, I'm not shipping you this bag, dog.
Oh man, I don't talk to, like, I just do business on WhatsApp. I don't talk to other people.
I got family in Nigeria, my Nigerian family. So,
Oh,
you know, so they go.
You're like, yeah. So yeah, you're like, you're talking to family.
Yeah, it's a little different.
Yeah.
A little different. Yeah.
Okay.
With kind of keeping on this path with Raine Productions. So you started the company. What all does Raine Productions offer? Like, what's kind of your go-to, and what do you all do as far as Raine Productions?
So again, I'm a creative director. Let's start there. I don't think I said that word yet or anything like that of who I am, but I'm a creative director. So I do creative direction of projects like that. So media and marketing, arts, fashion, events.
Okay.
That's what Raine's Production essentially does.
And do you
And then my motto is, the world is our runway, the world is our canvas. Together we are stronger.
That's what's up. So do you, with some of the services, do you like, let's say somebody was putting on a production, are you the person that goes and gets all the pieces? Let's say, you envision, you help them create a plan. Do you envision like the lighting, and do you actually go and outsource that for them? Do you do, if they need actors or models or singers, do you go and do that?
Yep.
Is that what you do as far as the production team?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And it's so fun, like, being, like, in production and such a creative, because sometimes people need all of it. And sometimes people are like, oh, I got this. I got the lighting. I got this. But I know you can come complete that, the behind this, or maybe it's like the people that are standing at the door, coordinate the bar people, coordinating sound check. I just need you to handle that, I could do that.
Gotcha. Like you sitting on something.
Oh, nah, man. Just sitting here soaking up the game. Just enjoying the conversation and trying not to cough.
Yeah.
We got a cough drop.
I do. Been popping the muzz like Tic Tac.
He said, trying not to cough.
So with
maybe that's when you think he about to say something. He's
it's going. But with your career, you said you've been a model and a self-managed model for 14 years.
Okay, no, not
self-managed for 14. You're self-managed now.
Yeah. I'm not gonna.
I got you. So with the management side of things, I want to go there first. What is it like? Like, let's say you're trying to get some work. What is it like being the manager of yourself? Like, what is some of the process of that? Like,
oh my gosh.
like, I'm looking for a manager.
It's challenging. because it's myself. And sometimes this is so funny. I've never like been asked this before. It's like not a secret because I'm about to tell it. But by the way, is that camera going?
Yeah.
Okay, because I'm like looking at it like it's doing something sometimes. Okay, so yeah, sometimes when I communicate with people, they know me and they know I represent myself. But then sometimes I can like essentially do the communication and they never ask, who is that messaging me about? They just got me there on set. So sometimes it works like that, but a lot of it is like it works out a lot. It works out in my favor from the relationships that I have built.
Okay.
Because the main thing about what you asked me is like, how is it to manage yourself? You gotta like not just know how to manage yourself, but like, who do I manage myself to? It's like, sometimes if I'm always trying to work on something, so I'll have to reach out. And then just like if anybody else is managing me, I gotta make sure my portfolio is up to date and I'm looking good, or I'm doing the part.
Okay.
I'm bringing the part to what essentially is like needed. So I've done pretty well managing myself. Like I hadn't worked a while, like when the pandemic started or whatever. Like that got really tricky for me. But once that kind of like let up, like I started working with the Jocelyn again, but unfortunately they closed. Started working with UNO again, just from a relationship, hitting them back up. Hey, got some art workshops, because I model for them for their art workshops and things like that. I shot a Metro commercial campaign with Clark Creative Group, reached out to me for that. And then what else did I do? Or have I done, like, since then? That was pretty significant. Oh yeah, I worked with I think it was called PXL brand with Bud
Bird,
Crawford. Yeah. Oh yeah, Pixel Bird. How Pixel Bird?
I think that's what I'm gonna call him, Pixel Bird.
Oh.
PXL.
Pixel Bird. Yeah, PXL brand, Pixel Bird. That was cool and creative. I was a ring girl with a few of those young ladies with some opportunities to move forward with that brand. So yeah.
Man,
And then coming up, the MC and host for this Phenomenal Ladies event.
Man, I can only imagine, because that's the one thing that's difficult as any type of artist, is when you have to manage yourself, especially once you start to get any type of buzz and notoriety. Now you have to get into a lot of the business side.
Yes.
Do you? I know it's minor. Do you feel like that takes away from your time to just be an artist?
Yes and no. Because you know what I was about to say? I was about to say that actually, I say like yes and no because it gets distracting from just things in general. Like, I essentially want to get to a place where somebody manages me again. I just wasn't with what I'm trying to do and accomplish with a modeling agency at the time. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I just chose the route to manage myself. But eventually I want to get back on that. However, it does open up major opportunity to be more creative with my craft. Because it just seemed like people weren't getting me 100% of what I wanted to do, what I wanted to accomplish, and things like that. Like working with the Jocelyn, working with the UNO, like getting things like that takes for me to say something or be like, I want to expand and like work with artists. And then speaking of that, what I was getting at is I've been working with Reggie LaFleur on a goddess product, or not product, a goddess story. It's called The Overseer, and it's now developed to where there's 3 different acts. But he already had it like developed and had a whole bunch of ideas and stuff, but I'm able to like navigate that with him. There's nobody overseeing me that's like, pause, Reggie, no, we're not going to do that, or what are you doing? Or
You get to call your shots.
yeah, or we need our hands in this, or we need control of that. Like, no, that I understand that artist to artist, like, you know, like, can you collaborate with me on this manner? You know, not somebody getting in between of that conversation. Like, it gets weird. Like, somebody got to be sitting here for me and you to have a conversation about. You know, it's like, why do you keep looking at us? You know, or like giving us the eye, or let me interject with that. Like, you know, and it's not always like bad intentions that people are doing that, but at the same time, it allows me to control that, you know, more in my destiny.
Right. For sure, man.
Yeah. And just like the level that I'm at, like, your average model is not about to be like, hey, yeah, I'm a model and a creative director too. And I own my own juice company. Like, you know?
Yeah, multifaceted. You got to move how you got to move, doing the thing. With, I guess it's coming up.
What?
Are you doing anything with Omaha Fashion Week this year?
No, I am not. But yeah, I essentially had like some one-on-one workshops with a couple models that are walking.
Got you. So you got a couple of them in the door.
Yeah. Well, they got themselves in the door, but
now take your credit. You know that walk was ugly before you got I don't know.
No. They actually, to be honest with you, it's funny. I just was a little like, you know, tweak that a little bit, and okay, girl, you got it, you know. But let's do that again, and just working on like the confidence behind it is this year how that worked. So yeah.
Is that something you're looking into, getting back in? Are you interested in doing like runways and things like that? Is that something you still want to do, or?
Yeah, I'm actually, that's another thing that doesn't have to be like a secret or anything like that. I'm been working on a runway production, like, yeah, a show.
Gotcha. Call me.
Yeah, for real.
Serious.
Yeah, you might already be on the drawing board.
I got you. Yeah, so that's what's up. Like I'm glad to hear, and I think somebody with, I think kind of today's medium, I think everybody thinks just because you pretty, that means you belong on a runway, which kind of disrespects the people who do it as an actual profession or a craft that take the work of it seriously. So to see you in that space and getting people to realize it's more than just being pretty and bumbling and stumbling down the runway, there's more to it.
Yes.
And getting now with your experience and understanding and your eye for creation as a creative director, being able to put together that type of production is going to be a sight to behold, I'll say.
A sight to behold.
Yeah.
I love it. But yeah, and then my approach is I always want to come from any angle of it. Like, how I am a creative director and I am a model as well. Like, I'm both of those things. One thing I always want to hold near and dear is like the essence behind it all. So, you know, it's not just about, like you said, like being pretty and walking down the runway. Like, what kind of power and essence and energy am I bringing to any of those things? And essentially, that's how I'm going to get hired as a model. Like, I like her. Not just her look. I like what's going on over there, you know. Yeah, because that's how it works a lot. Like, especially when I used to do, like, a lot of commercials and stuff. Like, they could book. There's so many agencies out here. There's so many models out here. But if you got a good personality, you could be on set. They could flow with you. They know that you got it together hair-wise. Like, don't need to spend much time with you with hair and makeup. You're good. And we want to book you over and over.
The experience with you is better than just the look of you. So just what are we getting? Because if you're a headache, I don't want you back.
No, and that's funny because there has been a few people that I'm just on set and they're like, okay, you could go home.
Just kick them off. Man, that's crazy. But you know, that's part. I was actually gonna ask you. I'd be wondering, like, what's your what's the best experience you've had modeling? And then what's the absolute worst? Like just nah.
No.
Like if you came near any of them folks, you're like, nah, I'm not doing it. What's the best and the worst? You ain't got to say names either. I ain't asked you. Well, we don't got to spill no tea on this pod.
It's okay. I mean, can we?
That's up to you. That's totally up to you and your brand. We just the reporters.
I love it. No, in this world.
Yes.
Let's start with the worst. No, I'm just kidding. No, I honestly don't have thank God, super horror stories. Let's start with the worst. I was in Miami, and it was a shoot that I was on. And I knew that the shoot would be showing some skin and this and that. But, I just felt like he was being weird when we was on the yacht. I felt like he was being weird when we was on the beach. I felt like he was talking weird. And one thing I could say about me is whatever I do in my personal life, I do in my personal life. When it comes to professionally, if I haven't dated you or really be seeing you, I have not slept with the director on the couch, the photographer on the couch, the videographer on the couch, the artist. Mm-hmm. So I've worked with a lot of people. Mm-hmm. Nobody can say that about me. Mm.
You keep it business.
Yeah.
Straight business.
So that was I felt like this photographer just thought it was about to go down or something.
Well, shit, he
was making me, yes, but it was just with me and him.
Oh, yeah.
So that's why it was my worst, essentially, because that shit was scary. And I remember I still had signal on the yacht. And I think I did call my agent. I really don't remember. I know I called my sister crying.
Well.
And I think he even it got weird. He went in the restroom, turned the shower on. It was getting weird. And I'm like, dude, where do I go? Jump in the water?
Yeah, that's crazy.
And then there's another time I was in Miami, and years later they talking about these Epstein Islands and stuff. But we're hopping on yachts, and it's so crazy because I really didn't have Instagram back then. How everybody Instagrams and stuff. And even if I did, I wasn't showing everybody what I was doing when I was working in Miami. But anyways, so I'm hopping on this yacht, yada, yada, yada with them. And I'm not even lying. In my head, I'm I'm the only black person on this boat. This doesn't look right. But I'm going to enjoy myself. So the sun starts coming down. I promise you, the glowfish were flowing in the ocean, and they started jumping in. And then all of a sudden, we're leaving land far off, talking about we're going to an island. I was like, no, you could take me back on shore. But then they actually went to the island. But I was like, no, I'm not feeling this. And I don't know. One of them was oh, she's tripping. But I wasn't even, tripping or nothing. I could have been tripping. But I just thought, it's not very smart to be tripping, Right. But I think they basically are code for, yeah, she's not down. I'm not stupid. But I'm no, I'm not. So I let them take me back to the shore. And then they got back on the boat and left.
Right. No judgment here. Just take me back to the mainland.
Mm-hmm. But it was scary, though.
Yeah.
So I'm what? It was just, it didn't sound right. And then just that photographer, the whole feeling and everything, it just wasn't right.
I got you.
Yeah. And I have one more worse experience.
She said, well, none of them worse, and they all sound like, these could have went left real quick. I ain't got no worse ones, but it's collectively, they could have went left.
No, but for real, though, it was when I was young, when I first started modeling, my boyfriend took me to this shoot. And again, this photographer's on this weird stuff. And, yeah, he was being, extra, extra weird. But my boyfriend came in. He was no, we're leaving. He picked up the vibe right away. I was yeah, we're out of here. And he basically was like, I don't want this to like stop you from doing what you wanted to do. Like people like him are weird. I didn't even know how he was telling me all this stuff because we didn't know about none of it. Like we were teenagers. But yeah.
He knew about that. He knew that this is probably a regular thing. It might not be a majority of the time.
Yeah,
For somebody to pull stunts, that means they've pulled stunts. So he's like,
he was just like, the scene ain't it, and I'm not about to leave you in here alone. So, but my best was like, I still love the magazine spread. Like, I'm not gonna say that was my best or anything, but like, it's up there. My magazine, like,
which magazine?
Nebraska Wedding Day. So I'm the only Black woman to this day, Nebraska, to be on the cover.
That's what's up, man. You get a round of applause for that one.
Yeah. And there's like a whole 11-page spread. But I remember being at this event, and again, you know, just having kind of a like bossy kind of mentality. I was carrying myself a certain way, and I told myself I want to be in that magazine. So I met the director, and I straight up told her. And then my agent told me like, oh, they want to book you. And I was like, yeah, I'm on the front cover. And she's like, I wouldn't go that far. I was like, no, I'm on the front cover. Like, this is what's going down, you know. So
made it happen. Quick, that's real manifestation, man. From idea to actuality, man.
Yeah.
That's what's up.
So, yeah, I probably got a whole bunch of stories, but
we'll say that for the Patreon episode. Nah, we ain't. We're going to get a Patreon, get all the... That's where we're going to get the tea at. Like, we're going to spill it all.
Yeah.
Spill it all.
Well, I got more.
Like Irv Gotti out here.
Oh, I got more. Wait a minute. Is Irv Gotti the one with Ashanti or something?
Yeah, he is tripping.
Tripping, dog. Tripping. Like, what?
We spilling that type of tea out here.
Right. Wait.
No, we ain't. Please don't bring up a 20-year-old story. I don't know. No ex. My goodness.
Oh my! I know. I'm like, do they? That's what they do, though. They're like, dang, we ran out of stuff to talk about. Let's bring this up.
I mean, you
know the the Hollywood circle done already talked about that.
Maybe not, but that platform is why it is. You know,
Why?
It's Drink Champs, so everybody's drunk. Unless you don't drink, you're drunk. Like, they have every liquor in there, so it's like. Yeah. You going, you know, drunk tales tell no tales. So yeah. It is what it is. Oh my gosh. So what is I want to say, what is coming up for Miss Katie? And we've talked about the projects for Raine Productions. What do you see for yourself as far as the is it Raine's Magic? Detox, what do you see for that? And then I also want to ask, what do you see personally in your personal career? Where do you want to take it, and what are you trying to get to?
So let's start with the juices. Yeah, so that's Raine's Magic, the Detox. So I have a book that I started this a while ago. Oh my gosh. But make a long story short, I went through this phase. And I lost a whole bunch of stuff, including my house. Yeah. And with losing my house, people came in, and before I went in to move my stuff, they came in and essentially stole a bunch of my stuff. So if y'all see some of my art floating around here of me, like, that's mine. Those are one-on-ones, like paintings of me and stuff. That was stolen. But yeah, like, I got my computer stolen. I lost like a lot of my modeling portfolio, like a lot of my work, all that type of stuff. But I say that to say, on that computer was a lot of my book. So that's next is I essentially rewrote that. It's called The Art of Food. So, like, how I approach food, what it does for, just like tidbits of like what it does for your body, what your body's made from, recipes, things like that. what vitamins and nutrients do for your body, the rhythm of when you wake up to sundown, like what your body's doing, things like that in that book. And then I think I already mentioned earlier how we're going to be in with Top Flight Fitness on Saturdays for their fitness boot camps, and then also essentially trying to get that into Pro Move chiropractic services. And then I'll start picking back up on it in a ghost kitchen. I do my orders every Sunday and Monday, so continuing to do that. So that's what my juice brand is gonna continue to do. I don't like to like downplay, like it's not gonna do too much or nothing, but that's
just where you headed now. I mean, that's where it's going to end.
Right. So where I want it to essentially be is, like in places like Hy-Vee and natural grocers, like where you could go buy it by the glass and gallon in major production. But that's going to take investment and strategy and more logistics to get there. So that's where I eventually want to be on a mass production level, and then, essentially getting that around more than just like Omaha and things like that. But I vision that to be, again, more so with like your creative type of individuals that have like movements going and, tied into things like that. So, yeah.
Okay.
And then I want, Raine's production to keep doing what it's doing. It's doing pretty amazing things. I thank God that, like I said, I haven't really had a job since Love Jazz. So,
still maintaining.
Yeah. And even Love Jazz, I had to get my money there with the 501c3.
Yeah.
I had to go after my grants. So,
well, all those you went through the hardships, so now you know what to do. You got your stripes. So now you just executing on your own things. Now it's on your own time. Now it's on you.
Yeah.
So ain't nothing wrong with it. You soaked up the knowledge. Now you putting it towards yourself. Ain't nothing better than that.
Straight up. Like that's definitely what's going on. The intellectual property is at play.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
For sure, man.
I'm sad.
He coughed. He upset with himself. He let one out. No. That's all.
But yeah, even we haven't got a chance to talk much here, but even we go back,
I go full circle. I mean, consistency is one thing. So to see, like Raine's Magic Detox come full circle. I remember back in like 2015 asking you to teach me how to garden.
Yeah.
Since then, I didn't learn how to garden and stuff. But you've been a pioneer in that space. Healthy living, nutritional, vegan lifestyle, all of that. So, just excited to see what's next. I know that modeling is one thing for you, but people like yourself, a lot of people don't look at the essence. They don't get to see what's beyond the pretty face. So I look forward to seeing what's next.
That's what's up. Thank you. Thank you for that. That was your breath of fresh air. He was saving that.
Man, listen, now I'm sweating. Man.
Johnny always say, man, what do you say about speaking when you're supposed to? Like a wise man, I don't know what to say. What's the saying?
All the lips of wisdom only speak to the ears of understanding. So
only speak when you need to.
Yes, sir.
They ready to receive. So.
Yes, sir.
Man, we definitely appreciate you coming through, Miss Katie.
Thank you.
Definitely a breath of fresh air. We've been to ourselves the last couple weeks. Yeah, we needed that. We needed some guy time, but yeah, we needed to change the energy. So the flowers was already here, just FYI. But they match your nails. They go with you. Your skin tone and your nails blend right in. We good to go.
Thank you.
But we are excited to see, what you have next, and hopefully we'll be doing some more work together. We've worked together before. It's like at the Old Culture House. Did the little show over there.
Oh yeah.
We were putting on all those different
the Arts Expo.
Yep.
Yeah.
So we are looking forward to more things from you and your company and expansion. That's what it sounds like to me. You're ready to get to expansion.
Yes.
Expansion of yourself, expansion of Raine Productions, expansion of Raine's Magic is just expansion. So
Yes.
that's what we putting in the air, and that's what's about to happen.
Yep.
So we out.
Oh my gosh, thank you guys so much. Like I said, I was like, I don't know what we're going to talk about. Because, when I hit you up, it's for these concerts and stuff. But it's like, there's plenty to talk about. But thank you so much for, allowing me to come on your platform and express myself. And, yeah, dig into some things coming up next. And being able to share all that stuff.
Sure.
Like, I really appreciate it. So, and I love that you guys have this going and rocking and, letting people have a platform to express what's going and rocking. So that stuff is needed, it's necessary, and yeah.
Thank you. We appreciate it. Where can they find you at? For the good people, where can they find you at? You on the socials? Where we talking?
Yeah, I'm weird. I don't like to be found. No.
All right. Well, then don't.
I'm just playing.
Look up Raine Productions and figure it out.
It's Katie Raine, essentially. _ Katie Raine _ That's where you can find me. It'll link you to Raine's Production and Raine's Magic, the Detox, and then me. So, and then, that's what I am on Facebook is Katie Raine. And then on Facebook, you can also find Raine's Magic, the Detox. And then I have a website, www.katieraine.com. And then for those of you that don't know, Raine has the E at the end of it. So it's the weather, like RAINE. So,
right.
Katie Raine.
She's about to make it rain on everybody with everything going on.
Yeah.
We definitely appreciate you coming through, man. It's Streets A&R Podcast, man. We still trying to get this P. Help us get a P, please. Man. We got a sign. They say hip hops.
Hip hops.
It look cool though, but we appreciate y'all, man. Y'all know where to find us at Streets A&R on all socials. We on everything. Make sure you like, subscribe, comment, share, follow.
Last thing I gotta say, man, and for our next guest, they gotta step their game up, man. Katie Raine came through with the pre-promotion materials and everything, man. So the next guest gotta step their game up.
You niggas don't have enthusiasm. Like you don't want to be here. Y'all just want to get a lick off. You ain't coming.
Listen,
I ain't got to worry about nothing with Katie. I know she gonna put clips up.
Listen,
she gonna put the full. She gonna let me get the full episode. I'm gonna put that on my website.
No, but for real though.
Listen, I got you. This ain't nothing but a Google share. We got you. But if you ain't coming up here with that type of enthusiasm, stay your ass home.
I'm gonna cut it in clips. Yep.
We don't play that, man. Just, hey, man. Look, she set the bar. I'm sorry, man. It helps us up our game. And again, this is a trade off. It's not a one-way transaction on our show.
Right.
It's a trade off. We appreciate definitely Katie for even just reaching out to us because she knows us. So just reaching out, and we had to make sure we got her wrong. We know she's doing big things. So shout out to Katie. Shout out to Raine's Productions. Shout out to everything you got going on. And this is the Streets A&R Podcast, man. This your host, Giddy Jicky with it.
Man, this your other host today, Johnny No Good.
Hey, he said today. So are you leaving me, Angela Yee?
Listen. Look how I throw that out there. Look, I was going to say I was like a half a host today. Yeah. More like a quarter host today. But this your host, Johnny No Good.
Yeah, man. This Streets A&R Podcast, man. We out.
Peace.
The beats, the flow, the rhythm. All movement starts from the streets. Streets A&R Podcast.